Hey guys, welcome back. It's grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves, and hopefully having a great start to the week wherever you are in the world. You've read that right on the thumbnail. We have a team, or I've beat Ultra Nightmare Chimera, and I designed a team for my account. Bearing in mind it's not a free-to-play team with no mythicals, no GNUT, and just one DPS champion in this team. And we have smashed my personal best in in Chimera in damage, and also in trials, and I have smashed it in Chimera Clash, and we'll go into everything. And I could have got more trials in this recording. It's like one of the first few times of running it, so I'm still trying to get used to it. I could have got 11 trials in total, so I'm really excited about this because it's really hard. There's no Senna in this. With no Senna and no mythicals, it's really hard to get them trials. Now we are using two legendaries that are not free to play. The rest is free to play as well. That includes Marius, and if anyone in the comments on my video says Marius is not free to play, I will personally kick you in a Bahuti and kick you in up the Bahuti and tell you it is free to play because he's accessible to everyone. That's what it means. So I'm really pumped. I'm really excited about this team because I've just absolutely decimated the Chimera Clash. So I'm really happy, and I feel like a lot of people who have similar accounts to mine can do this team as well. So I'm really chuffed. So let's get into it then. I don't want to waste too much time and stuff like that. So let's get let me get the recording and everything. We'll break down the trials. You guys can see the trials as well for yourselves, and then we'll have a look at some other juicy bits and bobs as well. Okay, let's get into them. Now this video has cost me around about 2,000 gems in testing, blessings, and etc. So I'm going to go over all the blessings first. We have the Intimate Presence blessing on Duchess. This is to increase our speed, or to increase of our team altogether. Honestly, a 6-star is not needed, but it does really help with doing more damage, and is really useful. So this is going to be super important with that as well. And then Duchess giving us 5 increase on all our speed, which is really juicy. You guys can calculate that out if you wanted to increase your speed as well. Then we have Lydia coming in with Cruelty. Now I had Crushing Rem on her before. I've tested Crushing Rem and I've tested Cruelty, and to be honest, I'm quite surprised that the results of Cruelty were a lot better than Crushing Rem. I also tested Marius with lower defense and higher defense, and with higher defense, even without increased defense, hits a ton harder as well. So that is one thing to take in consideration. I was really surprised. Now Marius has had a whole rework for this. He's not in his Slayer build anymore. And the reason why I designed this team is there's 2 rotations now that's got weak affinity for GNUT, and it's really frustrating. And players will keep doing these things to make it harder for us. So I'm really happy that I don't need GNUT no more for this. Or hopefully this should work on all rotations. It's still a bit annoying with RNG, and that line just hit really hard in the magic form. So I'm not lying, the ultimate form, especially when you're getting so many trolls, he's ignoring 25% target defense. So that is it. Then obviously we've got Phantom Touch on CARDIEL. Phantom Touch is there just because of Hydra, so you can go Cruelty there as well. And obviously if you want to build your Cruelty on Marius, that is also fine as well. I would say try and take 1 or maybe even 2 brimstones, because that help you out with the trials and the damage as well. The better and the higher level brimstone, the better as well. Now for replacements for CARDIEL, obviously ally attack, Lady Makagi would be fine. The only problem with, I would find the difference between CARDIEL and Lady M is CARDIEL bringing up 2nd block buff and revive on death, which is really useful against the ram form, and also I just found it very useful to have that block revive, that block buff. But you could sync the debuff extension on the A2 with Lady M, and also especially against ultimate form on at A1, I did screw up like 1 or 2 times, so this damage can even be better because we got provoked, etc. Because I wasn't smart enough with the block buffs, or wasn't paying enough attention to that as well. You can see here I've got like 7 mythicals on my account, not any of them being used. Doesn't really make sense. I guess you could also use Padre as well, because Padre will cleanse from one of his abilities, and also do the cooldown effects on A2, which might even be better as well as Cardiel. But again, you also have the affinity issue for this rotation and last rotation, with him being magic. Obviously, Cardiel is a void. Obviously, Marius is Marius. The best replacements there would be Ninja, GNUT, or Wallcaller. If you don't have your Marius yet, but everyone is going to get Marius at some point. And then for NEKMO, we're talking about, obviously, Dream Song is probably the closest to that, with being strong affinity against that, but also being weak affinity to the other forms. And then for Duchess, there isn't really much choices, to be honest. The veils are kind of big with damage reduction. That's why I put in a lead. I would say probably a very, very fast Python. You can definitely replace a Speeder, or maybe even an Eva as well. Or if you do have a Star Sage, the mythical, then obviously he's going to be the upgraded version from Duchess, because you'll get extra turn meter, etc. So let's go in the run then. We're going to talk about the trials. So we're going to skip through all this, and we'll talk about the first trial, which will be coming in from this. I don't know if we have the music playing, so I better just mute it, because I might have music playing, and I don't want copyright strike on YouTube, which would be awful. So you can see here, I actually got one trial already. This trial has basically come from the first form, and you can see here we get Marius killed. Now I'll let you this play throughout the whole run, and you guys can go ahead and see that. But basically we beat this trial here, and I was a little bit unlucky of getting this trial done and this trial done. I think we can get these 2 trials done, and maybe even this trial done as well, with a bit more playing around with the abilities. Like, I'm trying to do the nuke when I have revive on death on Marius, so it's like playing around with his A2 and A3 and not getting myself killed, which is really useful. Obviously, Cardiel brings that critical rate and critical damage buff, and Lady McCargy wouldn't be able to do that, but you can still do the defense down and the veils with the Duchess and with Lydia as well. So honestly, there's really a lot to be done there. So you'll see here, before he goes into the other form, we go, just go back. That's a lion, which we'll talk about in a second. So yep, here we go. So I think I'll show you the screenshot, sorry, the trials before I go. I did try and do the trials, show you the trials as optionally. You know, you could do this on auto as well if you wanted. I just like doing mine on manual, and like, to be honest, like, my target's just 3.5 or 3.2 billion. After that, I just don't really care less. Obviously, more damage is great for my clan, and that does matter to me. So you can see here with the defense down and the veils, I think we do secure this on the second run. We got that there, and so you can see there we've got 300,000, and then you got the 2.5 needed. I think we get very close to that, so it's just a case of trying to up my damage a little bit more, maybe, or just be a bit better on my abilities potentially. And you can see we're using ally attack to try and get bit more damage as well. And obviously you have to be under fear for that one ability, so I might just next week use that fear a bit more and try and get him to do that, and then get him to do his abilities as well from that. So let's go on to the next form, which will be Mr. Lion, which will come through here. You can also, if you're struggling to stay alive as well, and you're not doing so many trials as me, and you're watching this and you're trying to figure this out, do your trials on the second half, because you have to understand, the more trials you do early, the more damage you're receiving. So if you're dying, that is something you can kind of do. You can also reach out to me as well for some coaching or some advice via Discord, or you can come and check out my Twitch streams. I'm pretty much live, like, I don't know, Wednesday to Sunday, 3 p.m. GT time on Twitch, all the way to about 10 or 11 o'clock, generally, most days. Sometimes it happens that I don't make the stream, but it's very rare that happens. So yeah, this is the line form. Line form has a few that we can do. I think we do fail on one on the line form. So we got the first one done. We can't get the second one done. I don't think we click on it, which is a bit dumb by me, but you know, hey ho. And then we can go, if we just go back for a second, I think it was, I failed on the ally attack one, which was a bit annoying. And then, yeah. So you will see here, we come through. The lion starts hurting, by the way. Like, once you get some trials done, he starts hurting, and the viper is absolutely vicious if you don't have that block boss ready. So you can see here, we're going to do the enemy max HP damage, which is pretty nice. But obviously, you're going to get the increased defense once we have enough debuffs on the target to pick up the 2-star as well. But that might have been the one I might have failed as well, actually, if I can remember correctly. Can't remember. And as well, I'm going to get plenty of trials on Nightmare now, so you'll see. Yeah, so you can see there we beat that one. This one is no problem. It's enemy max HP damage, which is fine. Legendary materials, which is what we need as well. And you'll see me complete that one as well pretty soon once the enemy max HP damage comes in, which is very, very juicy. I don't know if you guys enjoy me going through the trials. I think it's very useful. Me going over the trials with you guys and let you know my fails and what I can do better to improve my team still, because the trials are really, really useful. It's like 0.8 on Ultra Nightmare. You can see there my Marius is hitting for about 1.2 billion at peak. I'm really excited to get him at 6-star, because once I get him 6-star I can get more damage as well. Yeah, so you can see there I screwed up on the defense bit, as I need so many debuffs, and then I can do it, which is really, really useful to kind of not screw up, right? And then just waiting for this to come through. Wish we could pull it on at 10x speed, but we can't. I don't want to skip it because I don't want to skip the trials. So you can see there 1.2 out of 1.5 for that. And in this one we can't do because we don't have the decrease of resistance yet. And then that's the ally attack one. I did fail the ally attack on the line form. On the second one I was so close, and what I should have done is save the ally attack against ultra form so I can open with the ally attack, but I didn't do that. So it was a little bit lucky, because the first one we got like 513, and then the second one we got like 300, and I was literally a whisker away from that. So we got another trial there. I think we missed. Oh yeah, so we got the trial there, and then we did the trial there as well, which we spoke about with the increased defense, which is really, really useful to talk about. Okay, so obviously the Viper form, you've got the Lydia one, which is pretty standard, right? The Lydia one is fine. So we messed up one against the Lion. We messed up about 1 or 2, not so much messed up on against the Ram. It's more just about practicing and trying to get the way to get to the final touch of the Ram form on that as well. So that's one thing to take into consideration. I'm still trying to think of a way to try and get a toxic set in here to try and get this one done. But that's not at the top of my priorities right now. It's about getting this one done. These are very basic ones to get done. If you bring a Lydia, she's perfect for that. So you can see there we get 6 pretty quickly. And you can see here, Lydia just closes down Viper. So it's so important to have the block buff ready. Or if you don't have the block buff ready, it's just absolutely clap you. And I've barely got any relics in the team yet. I've got like 3 relic champions right now. So I want to get a bit more relic in here. I'm just not too sure what type of relics I want on Cardiel and Lydia. So it could be a interesting one that we'll look at potentially. So you'll see here we have, going back to this, will be 8 trials. See if it show me. If I show this one more time, I think in somewhere I did see the Marius do 1.3. So, and the trick with Marius as well, try and hold off on the E3 sometimes, so you can cycle through, especially if you use a merciless gear. I did use Slayer gear on him all out through, but Slayer is just not as good as merciless. Let's have a look. Okay, so we did get one more against the ram form here. So the ram form will give me one more. Let me just show you guys this. So you can see here we did the one on the ram form here. I think we could get this done. We was close. I got it to 10, and I think we can get this done, right? So I think this one we can get done. This one wasn't close enough yet. I think we did get close enough for this one, if I'm not mistaken. If we go through there, I think we did get close, if I'm not mistaken. It might be the overrun. I failed the overrun because I didn't pay attention to Viper. And yeah, so we could definitely get one more against Lion. And there is definitely one more to come somewhere else. Sorry, 2 more. So the legendary one, I definitely screwed that one. So you can see there I got 10. Also the other 2 wasn't close, but the other one I did get 10. And if I didn't screw it, I would have got that. So that's why my 2 mistakes. 2 mistakes that could have been easily done. It does hurt skipping losing out on that legendary, the legendary summon fragment thingy. So anyway, that's it for the teams. As you can see, it's on 100 million already, 1.4 billion. I think my personal best was like 142 million with around about 5 or 6 trials. So I doubled my trials and added a bit more damage too. So I'm going to let you guys run this through. I'm not going to run the Grim Reaper song. I'm going to run a different one and let you guys enjoy it. Then we'll come back and show you all the builds and all the relics, etc. that we're using. Right, so there is the key, there is the damage. I'm really excited about this because I feel that this team will work for a long time now and also will be used for quite a bit. Obviously, I'm still going to increase the more blessings into Marius from the 5 and 6. He's basically my my priority now for a while for that. And Marius I use all the time in Arena. That's Reaper. That's sorry, in Arena. That's why he has the Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper doesn't actually do anything for Hydra, but I'm just not a big fan of him in Cruelty. It's good for Hydra, for Chimera. It's okay, you know. I think it's still great, but you know, if you're more of a PvC player, then fair enough. And it's just a fantastic team. It really is a solid team. I'm not using Duchess too much in Arena no more, so I can lose the polymorph on her. Might start using her again in the future, but yeah, for now I'm really chuffed with this. I basically took, I think 1.9 was the highest I got, or 1.6 or something. I have a video on this, and this is juicy. So let's go and show you all the builds. So we have NEKMO coming in with the reflex set and a refresh and impulse. Now I will talk about some other options as well. I've always been a big fan of refresh and I still farm it to this day. I do buy it sometimes from a shop, but not a lot. So you can see here playing the survivability will still come into play. So you can see here we've got 2 sets of refresh, which give me 10%. If we had a better banner, we can definitely play a triple there. The stats that we're looking for is for 500 accuracy, 300 speed, good defense, good HP as well. They're really needed. You need more HP than you do with defense because of the Chimera form, Ultimate form will ignore 25% target defense after so many trials. I can't remember how many it is, so I do apologize about that, but definitely really juicy. Now if you don't have a impulse for many reasons, then you can use merciless and reflex. Merciless or reflex, or relentless and merciless as well. So, or relentless with refresh, like any of them 4 sets will be really good synergy. And obviously if you don't have any of them, just run a reflex set. I think reflex is better than a relentless in my opinion, overall. So we're looking for speed, accuracy on the main 2 stats, and then survivability, so HP and defense across the board as well. You can see here we've really juiced it up to really decent stats. Now I'm using NEKMO Journal, which is a rare relic, which is really juicy. The wearer gets a heal and terminity increase effects, which can be upgraded. I will upgrade a ton of these for like live arena on certain champions, and I will upgrade a ton of these for Hydra and etc. This is probably the best relic in as all the rares so far, in my opinion. I also did a video on all the relics, etc., and I will pin that somewhere up here. You guys can go check that out. Really solid. You also get an HP and defense as well, which is really, really key. Now we've gone Brimstone. I do think you want one Brimstone champion. You can also use Cruelty as well there, or even Intim Presence, depending on your team. These are the masteries which we run in Hydra. It's worth noting Sniper is really important for that decreased attack, and Master Hex is really, really useful. Cycle of Violence actually isn't a good blessing. Please take Cycle of Magic instead. So Mastery is not blessings. I'm just too lazy to spend more gems. This is the Marius build, so you can see that he went from the 6-piece Slayer. I can put a 9-piece Slayer on him, but his stats are just really, really low. I'm waiting for a better banner to come through. You can see here speed is really important. I was running them at 5,000 defense. I did way less damage, so please go ahead and try and get a minimum 6,000 defense even without the decreased defense. I didn't worry about accuracy on his build because I was kind of counting everything that the bosses did, and it also does increase accuracy. You need around about 400 accuracy in total for him, for some of the forms, mainly the Viper form, but if you put up the block out to skill, you don't need any at all. Obviously really good damage as well, which is going to be super, super key. Sorry, critical damage as well. I know a lot of you guys won't be able to get 400, but you have to understand he's fully oiled, he's got a relic, he's got this, he's got full stop blessing. And if you've got your Marius, please make him one of your priorities for the blessing, because he's probably the best legendary in the game right now for Live Arena, in my opinion, and probably top 5 champion in the Live Arena meta right now. So yeah, anyway, we're using the Cat Glaze. Now I don't really have any gemstones right now to put in because I've already put them in, and I'm really low on resources because I'm testing this out against all the content and testing other relics, so damage can be increased by quite a bit here. You can see I've got a new one there, and I just don't get any triangle ones at the moment. Triangle ones really don't like me. You can see here maybe we got some that I can move around, but for me PvC content's just not a priority for me, if I'm being honest, and it's just these ones here, which doesn't really do anything, for being honest. And then I'm not going to take this one off because it's just on Sigford, and yeah, this is one of them ones. How I feel about it, I'm doing really, really well. Obviously Marius Noy has this one on him for a Live Arena, so it's just one of them ones. So I will be keeping this off and then just put it on when I need to. And you see here I've only got 344. Soul Reaper again we spoke about earlier, and then these are the blessings that I'm running in the content. So yeah, really, really solid blessings. So masteries, I think they could be better, I'll be honest. I think they could be better, but mine are aimed at Live Arena, so it's one of these ones I like to run these for that reason. And then we can show you the Duchess, Lydia, etc., which you guys will probably know how they're already built. So I do need to change masteries because these are bad masteries. I used to run sheep, so explains why we got that there once my mastery is taking effect. I've been looking at this a little bit. I think we'll take these relics off her. I've been testing out Elixir Gold to see if the extra heal is good against this, and I'm not too sure if it's good, but I think there is definitely a better one I want already. You can see here we want good HP, good defense, good speed. They're the 3 stats I really care about. 9-piece protection. If you're not running 9-piece protection, you will need to go regen with high resistance as well. I can't remember how much resistance you need, but you can check that out on How Hades website. So 9-piece protection, really, really important. And then again, for relics, I would actually recommend taking this one if you can get it from really this one, because like you'll get extra eternity increase from that. So I'll be looking for a second one of them to go on my Duchess in future, because it also will be better for Arena as well. And then definitely better masteries could be played there. Lydia then, 9-piece protection, really, really solid build. Obviously mine's +4 and fully awakened, so we'll talk about stats now. Thing here to copy is the speed, defense, HP, and accuracy. They're the three. They're the three that you want to worry about. And mine's a +4, fully awakened. You can say that's lucky. You can say that's unlucky. Personally, I'd say it's unlucky. There's definitely other void legendaries that I would like to empower or have than getting physics all the time. So it depends on you and how you look at it as being a PvP. 500 accuracy generally enough. Good critical damage as well. Good critical rate, which is just a bonus, right? These two stats are just a bonus. I pulled this gear off other people, so I can't really change the 123 critical rate because I'm using this gear elsewhere. For example, these gloves, etc. And you can see here that this is the way that we're going to go there. Relic, I haven't sorted a relic out for her yet. I don't know what relic will be good for her for this type of content. I definitely would probably need to do something because she doesn't give Termita or heal, so I don't think a relic or journal would be that good. I guess maybe Bell if you're struggling for accuracy to get in a 9-piece. Yeah, I mean that doesn't really do anything. Potentially you can take one of these, just give her extra HP and critical damage, so you could try and build some damage into her, which is again a bonus situation. Maybe have to reserve just for extra HP for survivability and attack for that as well. Maybe I think that would give you some type of damage mitigation, but not too sure. Maybe elixir gold as well if you're building a bit of a damage build as well. And then for masteries, these are really important to take. Master Hexa, Cycle of Magic as well. Again, mine's built for a lot, so I take Cycle of Violence. And I guess that's about it for her. And then what else did we have? There's one more champion I haven't shown you yet, which I've lost track of. Oh yeah, Cardiel. So Cardiel coming in a 9-piece protection as well. Coming in now, if you're struggling with protection, fair enough. Maybe just come in with like reflex on these champions or merciless. Any type of cooldown or extra turns is going to be really, really strong. Maybe a toxic set if you want to try and do the Viper. Bond, just be careful with the debuffs, etc. Again, relic not really useful here at the moment, but there's definitely a relic you could put in for some stats or damage reduction type of stuff you could probably do. Again, I don't really know a good one to really put on him right now. Just maybe extra stats one will be good. Definitely better like a cruelty. So I'd probably go like brimstone or cruelty for the blessings for him there. And then these are masteries again, which I use for finite 10 hearts. So he's now getting abused in 3 areas, not 2. So it's one of them ones. And I guess that's it for today's video. I really hope this helps you guys. I've been testing this for a while and I'm really happy I've been able to pull it off in the end. So I'm probably going to go to bed now and relax. What time is it here right now? 3:17 a.m. So yeah, that's it for it. If that doesn't deserve a like, I don't know. If that doesn't deserve a description, I don't know. So that's it from me today. I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. Hopefully I haven't talked too much, and hopefully you guys appreciate this. As usual, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.